Well, what's the point of having mana then if you think the voting is just linked to your RC now? That makes no sense. Yeah. No,
think
there's.
what
Go ahead, Pinder. So.
sorry. I think from what I've kind of seen like on Steam, because I also saw obviously there's like two different resource things happening, and I was like, but if resource credits is now the all new savior of Steam, why do we still have two separate things? And what I was thinking just now, actually, as I typed it, so don't, it's not exactly thought through, but is that I they still have to keep voting to the whole 2% per 2.4 hours, but maybe actual resource credits recharge at a different rate. So you can still have actual voting power and use from your original resource credits, but that slice of it kind of recharges faster. It's kind of just like off the top of my head what I was thinking now.
Well, a delegation could technically be considered a vote as it is a show of support.
Yeah, but you're not actually boosting anyone's posts personally with that little arrow. You know what I mean? You're allowing other people to use your SP to vote. So I don't see how that would affect your mana one way or the other. But I don't know.
Maybe it shouldn't happen.
It should make a lot more sense once the SNTs get introduced, because what they've done is they've mixed apples and oranges. We've got a social network with upvoting and so on, and then we're going to have a trading platform all in the same platform as well. So it's going to be, and this is obviously more inclined towards controlling the you know, the trading platform, so we don't have 6 billion, excuse the French, shit coins like on the ERC20 tokens or on the Waves platform. We have every Tom, Dick, and Harry making coins for 1 cent or $1 or whatever. And this will increase the amount of increase the need for Steam, and all those people who earned their Steam in the early days with all that hard work next to Dan and Net and mining and etc. will have somebody to sell their Steam to now, or in the near future. Simple as that.
Well, I don't even like oranges. Just saying. I mean, I like orange juice. That's okay. Some apples are okay. I'm not a big fan of the red ones. They're like sweet. I like the sweet and sour. The green ones, I guess. I don't know. Why are they trying to mix it all up on me? Why couldn't they use grapes or something? Grapes are good. Oranges? 911. Okay, so I was listening to the radio this morning. Yeah, I don't want to talk about Heart 420. It's just going to frustrate me, piss me off. I was listening to the radio this morning, and there's this little news flash. It said this little 9-year-old girl. She called 911, right? And she said, help, I need help. It's an emergency. And the dispatcher says, what do you need help with? She says, long division. I don't know how to do this math problem. so so the dispatcher, being a good sport, it helped the child out, but the cops still had to go out there and explain to him, oh no, you can't be doing this, that, or the other, and so on and so forth. Teach your kids well, I guess, is the whole lesson behind that. But it really got me thinking. I mean, if that kid didn't know how to do the long division, what does that say about the teacher? I mean, is the teacher not teaching? I mean, is the parents not taking time to teach the kids? There's like such a disconnect these days with all the technology. I mean, even in a lot of classrooms now, you've got, everybody has to bring their, especially in college, you got to bring your tablet or you got to bring your laptop and you got to plug into this website and here's how we're going to do our homework and so on and so forth. And I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, is that good? Is that good for the future of mankind, having that technology bred into every little thing we do now, especially when it comes to education?
My answer won't surprise you.
It's just dumbing people down more, so you will agree with everything somebody says.
Well, only maybe. I think we're all too busy. I also think that we're losing the connection between parents and children that's so important for those children to feel stable.
I don't know why the kid need to call the freaking cop. Well, it was an emergency to him or her, I mean, but not the right future. See, I'm all about technology. I love it. It's just a matter of having the right proportions, I guess. They're too busy watching their RC and Mana. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, I think a better balance is needed if considering that child didn't even know what 911 was. Almost 10 years old. I mean, my kids know what 911 is. Maybe I'm a little better of a parent than that particular one was, but yeah, I don't know. And mine, they love playing on their tablets and stuff. But we do things too. You know, I take them out fishing, and my daughter, she's just ecstatic, can't wait to get a gun in her hands and go hunting. You know, especially now that my parents are moving over here. You know, that's half of what me and my dad talk about is different hunting escapades we've had, and where we've seen deer. And we even started before he went back to get his stuff. We put up some trail cams around the property here to see if we can figure out where the deer would be walking in and out of. Actually, in my field, I used to knock the whole field down over here. Instead, I like mowed some walking paths and made it easy for the deer to come in and out. So, kind of baiting them, but you know, not really. Just the path of least resistance I gave them, I guess. So make my job a little easier. Yes, books. My kids love books. I got like 3 shelves of books over there, and that's like their favorite thing to do in the evenings. Pull out. Each of them will grab 2 or 3 books. Can you read this one? Can you read this one? And you know, Freya's like, read this one again. Read this same one again. Read this same one again. She's like, I gotta read the same book like 4 or 5 times in a row for her, because I mean, it's just a little short book, but she likes the pictures in it. One that she really likes is what's it called? The brown bear or something like that. It's got a bunch of different colors of different animals and stuff. But it's pretty cool. So yes, anybody out there listening on Vim, get your kids to the library. Teach them. Brown bear, what do you see? Yeah, that's it. Katrina, you know. Yeah, it's a good book. All 3 of my kids love that book.
Reminds me of a joke.
Tell us a joke, Jen.
Well, this rabbit was running through the woods and he needed to have a shit. So he seen this big oak tree over there. He ran on, or hopped on over, I should probably say. Hopped on over behind the big oak tree to have his little shit. And he looked up and there was a big brown bear having a shit as well. The bear says to him, "Hey, do you have any trouble with the shit getting caught in your fur?" The rabbit said no. So the bear picked him up and wiped his ass.
Oh man, that's wrong. Poor little bunny rabbit. I guess it keep the bear from eating them though. Snap. Oh, excuse me. Can y'all hear? Can y'all hear Khaleesi back here? She's playing with her dolls. She's like, ooh, pretending one of them's like Wonder Woman or Supergirl or something. I don't know.
Jen
She's
Spalding
flying around.
in the chat says, I got tons of books, read to the little brats every day. On the Vim chat.
Right on.
My kids,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
My kids will just sit and read with me sometimes, and like I have to help them exchange one book for another, but it's pretty amazing to have kids that love books as much as they do, and I'm sure that that'll just continue as they grow. But my kids have an incredible vocabulary, and I think part of that is the books, and part of that is allowing them to watch things, but in extreme moderation.
It's also how you talk to your kids, though, too. I mean, I never did the baby talk thing, and yeah.
Yeah, I don't do the baby talk thing either.
Yeah.
I do, but not with my kids. I do it with the dogs.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Hello, doggy. You know, kind of thing. But, speaking of children being smart, Luna, my oldest one, she's starting to understand puns now. There's a movie that plays in my truck sometimes while we're going back and forth from point A to point B and so on. It's called Meet the Robinsons. And there's one part in there where he's got this invention. It's like a peanut butter and jelly machine, and it shoots peanut butter and jelly out onto the bread, and he's banging on it, and he goes, "Oh no, it's jammed!" And last week Luna just started cracking up. "Oh, jam! Get it, Dad? He said jam because it's a peanut butter." And I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty funny, Luna. I'm glad you finally got that." You know, so yeah, you know, when they're starting to get older, they start understanding things a little better. Made me happy. Yeah, the sarcasm has been there for a while. I think that there's just, man, I tell you what. Especially with my youngest one, and she's giving me these looks. She's got my looks. Not like she looks like me and, you know, has my looks, but the faces that I make, you know, like my grimaces and my scowls and my smiles and stuff. She's like a spitting image. You can tell when she's upset, but kidding that she's upset. She'll she'll like lower one of her eyebrows, and it's cute for not even being 2 years old. That's pretty impressive in my opinion. Yeah, well, let's see what time we got. 1:20. Hey, Snook, I'm gonna read your poem. Is that cool?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. This is a poem by Snook, Snook. Same on Wiku and Steam. The poem is called The Battle. Drop the link in there in the text for you guys and gals. Okay, ready? It's another one of those lovely free verses. I like free verse poetry. I really do, because there's a lot of expression in it. You know, it's not quite a free write, but just the free verse poetry. I mean, you let it flow and go where it wants to. It's interesting. But the battle. Here we go. Something deep cries out. Why? Days go by, the whiners cry, wondering about it all. One so close, so far away, both angry, sad inside. Not meant to be yet. Long ago, pieces, parts, started falling apart, lifting into space, deteriorating on their own. Unnoticed, torn, tattered pieces of soul fall apart. 1, 2, 3, and 4, ripped through the fabric of time. Many moons spent, circling paths, waiting. Will the other do? Lines of communication fail, neglect, each less than one. Story goes, pride of the line speaks loud, clear. Birds need to feel free, confines lost. Battles take place, pride and freedom reign. King and queen lose the trail, lost in the abyss of their own making. By Snook. The end. That one's so sad.
Yeah.
But I like it. Yeah, that touched me on a pretty deep level, sweetheart. Because I can relate. I felt that way myself several times.
Yeah.
I won't ask you to explain it. I'll let other people interpret it for themselves, just in case, you know.
Right. That's probably a really good idea.
Are you awake, Snook?
Getting there.
All right, good.
Yeah, getting there.
Next poem, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I really had a lot of fun with the freedoms the last couple days. So, yeah.
What'd you think of Yeti?
He's great.
He's like the gentlest giant ever, huh?
Yeah, He really is. They helped me move my desk around yesterday. I didn't feel good at all yesterday, and they came over, and I was in my jammies all day, and yeah, they took over, and I mean, I said, my house is yours if you want to come, and they were just so sweet and nice, and yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Shout out to your freedoms if you're listening or watching over there on Vim. Which, if you guys want to help build up the Ramblin' Radio account over there, you can go over there and comment a whole bunch and just say a bunch of stupid stuff. Just, since Snook's already a diamond.
Yeah, but that's only for another like 2 days, so.
Yeah, but they're gonna do it once a month though,
Right,
so
it resets.
it'll
Yeah.
reset here soon.
Yeah, and I
So.
don't see me being a diamond next month, but
Hey, you never
you
know.
never know. Never
Never
know.
know. Never know. But yeah, Yeti, he's I met well, I'm not gonna say a lot, but several Steam peeps the last 6 months or so, and he is probably the nicest guy that I met of all of them. His aura was like whoosh, all
Yeah.
yellow and light blue, all happy-go-lucky, and I was like, man, that's a real nice fella.
Yeah, they really are. Both of them are so down to earth and just you. It was the greatest thing because well, I've been watching his stuff for God, a long before he got everybody knew who he was, and and so and then Freedom to Write, I knew her through the Free Writers, and we just like hit it off. It was one of those people that you just hit it off with on Steam. And then they came in, and it was like there was no like you keep hearing about this. You meet people and there's no awkwardness. There was like none. I mean, absolutely none. You just were just yourself from the minute you met him. There was, hugs and that was it. And it was like you knew him forever because you had.
Yeah. See, now it was a little different with me. See, I'd known of Freedom Point Yeti for a while. I knew that he was Stacy's man and stuff. But Lola, Stacy, I've known her for jeepers. About the same time I bumped into Dreamstein. Probably a good 9 months ago. She was doing the free ride same as you. That's how I came across her. And what she was doing was a little different. She kept continuing the story with each prompt. I was like, man, that's cool. Tag me next time you do that. And so she tagged me every time. Yeah, she's good people. I like her too. She's still got those big old long dreads.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're like down.
Down to her ankles.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I know, and I was just like, but seeing her makes you almost want them. I mean, it kind of does, but I was like, yeah, well, no, because for me it would be like really cool for about a day, and then I'd be like, yeah, how do I get this out of my hair?
I tried to dread my hair once. When I was fresh out of high school. Well, not fresh out of high school. I guess I was still in high school. Did not work very well. My hair's like thick and curly when it's all long, and I was taking real good care of it at the time. I didn't let it get all dirty and greasy and whatever and whatnot. So I had this lady try to scrub it up, and it would not work. She was getting just pissed. She's like, "This ain't gonna work. Your hair's too clean." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" so yeah, I don't think I could ever do the whole dread thing, and that's a whole lot of work that I don't want to do to my head.
No, right, exactly, and that's kind of what it was like. Oh, and then it grows out, and then yeah, I'm like, nah.
But I got respect for it. I mean, that takes some persistence that I don't have, some dedication to a certain way of thinking, I guess.
Yeah, but it looks so good on her. And then
It does.
when she puts it down, it's just like, wow. Yeah.
And you
Why-
save
why
all
have you
that
got to-
time.
How do you what?
You save all that time on combing and brushing your hair too.
True enough, I guess. I'm glad you got to meet them, though. There's good people. Katrina got to meet him up in Nashville. What'd you think of him, Katrina? She's still there.
Just yeah, I'm on my yoga mat going back and forth. They're great people. It's just feel good to be around them.
Yeah, and they were really happy they got this trailer thing, and yeah, it just yeah.
Yeah, you can tell they're excited. That's all Yeti could talk for. We talked for like 20 minutes just about the redwoods out in California and how bad he wants to see them. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'm glad they're finally going to get out there. It'll be good for them.
Well,
The
they're
redwoods
gonna.
are-
Oh,
Oh, I was just putting a shout out for the redwoods. Oh my god, they're amazing.
I've never seen them. I lived like 100 miles from them and I never went over there. I feel bad because I didn't, but I had different priorities at the time. So. And to Katrina, I got another poem here that's kind of, yeah, called Good Girl, Bad Girl. I thought it was pretty delicious, pretty intriguing, and it's a good self-reflection when it comes right down to it. That's Katrina Ariel at Katrina-Ariel. Good girl, bad girl. Head and heart at odds again, story of my life. Tangled vines of should and can't, of course I'm gonna fight. Sky child in free fall, struggling against the bonds of obligation, torn by the need to get gone. Don't conform to expectations, Lord help me, but I tried. A rare few get me, the rest make me want to hide. Can't lie to myself, I've got to find a way to let this ride. Good girl, bad girl, I got both inside. Sometimes my reflection shows me stories of the past. Other times I see a change and get hit by a blast. Recognition of newness, of transformation. Creativity flows with renewed motivation. My mind never stops asking, what do I want to be? Where do I want to take myself? What's the next version of me? Imagination pushes past dogma and walls, but the cage closes in as reality calls. Head and heart at odds again, judged all my life. Don't do what you think I should, rebel. Gonna fight against thoughts that limit me, rules that don't apply. Good girl, bad girl, I got both inside. The end. By Katrina. Good girl, bad girl. Great poem. If I was a woman, I'd totally, jump up and down and get behind that stuff. But I like it, Katrina. Anything special you want to say about it? What spawned you to write it, maybe?
Yeah, actually, Enchanted Spirit and I have been talking a lot. I really, really like her astrology posts because I find that I'm a very sensitive individual, and we are connected to the cosmos. Everything is interconnected. So quite frequently when she posts astrology information, she breaks it down so well, and I'm like, oh yeah, I see that happening in my life, and oh yeah, I see that happening. And so I DM'd her my birthday information, and she got back with my chart, and we've been going back and forth a little bit with that. She's like, you have this, hang on a second.
Oh, by all means, go check out that post too. There's a picture of Katrina dancing. Not something usually you see her in trees doing yoga, so to see her in a dress and dancing, I thought was pretty interesting myself. I was like, whoa, inside of Katrina, the good girl, bad girl.
Yeah, that's Katrina 6 years ago when everything, when I was at my peak as far as physically, I felt like an athlete. I was doing things that I cannot do now.
Before the twins, right?
Oh yeah. You see how toned my arms and my legs are in that post? That was before the twins. They're not too far off there, but they're not like they used to be. I used to teach boot camps, yoga boot camps, where I'd do just some hardcore exercises with a whole bunch of women at 5:30 in the morning, and then teach them yoga for the last 10 minutes. And yeah, I was in really, really, really good shape. It's hard to go from that to having limitation. So a lot that comes up in a lot of my writing. But anyway, Enchanted Spirit was saying that a lot of the issues in my life revolve around questions of structure versus freedom, doing what you're told versus doing my own things, and being the good little girl versus being myself. And I'm like, yeah. So that poem pretty much came out of reflecting on that.
Enchanted Spirit's good people. Well, those who don't know who Enchanted Spirit is, she's in cahoots with the Cat Weasel and Ethan D. Smith over there, and they pretty much run the steam engine, which is another good curation group. And Enchanted Spirit, her passion is the astrology. I follow it when I can. She puts out some amazing stuff, a lot of thought into her writing, and she's got more than one account too. She's got one called The Inbox, I think, where she curates other posts, and The Weasel's Wife, I think, is her other account. She doesn't post on that one much, but some of it's pretty interesting. So if you get a chance, go check her out. Go check out the steam engine. Maybe meet some new peoples. Steam peeps.
I don't think you can get into the steam engine right now.
Oh, have they closed the doors?
For right now, I think so.
Well, unless you talk to Cat Weasel, he's the gatekeeper.
Yeah, I think if
They're
there's
restructuring.
Yeah, he's got a few things to do at the moment, Penderas. I remember he mentioned that a couple weeks ago. Before all the bullshit happened with our beloved blockchain here. Thank you to Vim for being a streaming service so we can, say yada 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 to people and they can follow along with us that aren't actually in Discord. So on and so forth. Who likes horror? I'm actually glad James Dean isn't here because she'd probably leave when I start reading this next one. And this next, it's not a poem. It's a little longer. So if people get bored, just holler at me while I'm reading and be like, "Hey, this sucks. Stop reading it." But I thought it was pretty good for a short story. That's written by Bin, B-Y-N, for those who are familiar with her. There's the link to her post. Been there, done that. Yeah, she got carried a couple days ago or earlier before all the crap happened on one of her posts. But this one, yeah, big horror fan. I'm almost done with the American Horror Story new series that come out on Netflix. So. But yeah, this is a little different. I don't normally read stories, but here we go. Fear by Bin. That's B-Y-N. It was the kind of thing that would just stick in your craw. A thought, a fleeting memory that you just couldn't quite get a grasp on. That aching feeling inside that turned into something a little bit fearful. Like you were forgetting something really important. Hugely important. Turning point of your life kind of important. Nags at you while you're walking through the grocery store. The squeak of the shopping cart wheel that keeps sticking in the background of your thoughts, and suddenly you catch a second thought. Of memory. Your brain almost gasps at the thought, and your skin prickles with goosebumps as a feeling of absolute dread takes over. What is it? What have you forgotten? Your brain races through that list you always keep near the forefront of your mind. Is this feeling because something has happened to one of your loved ones? Your kids? Your spouse? Your parents? You start to wonder about your pets at home, about your home, your house. What is your mind trying to tell you? Did you forget to turn the stove off? Is one of your children hurting, needing you? What if it's something worse, horrifying? What if there's danger that you're not seeing because your mind is too busy trying to figure out what you're missing? You realize that you're standing there in the middle of the grocery store, staring into space, making people walk around you and give you hard looks. They probably think you're on drugs, but you're perfectly sober. Just racked with a terror that you couldn't possibly explain. Cold seeps into your bones, and you know that something is terribly, terribly wrong. A Child cries out now next to yours and jolts you out of your thoughts, galvanizes you into action. You look around, your frantic feeling growing stronger by the second. A sob starts to build in your throat, and you stumble out of the store. Your half-full cart abandoned in the middle of the aisle. Stepping out into the glare of the sun shining down in your face almost has a calming effect for just a split second. The feelings are racing back, chasing you as you run, stumbling to your car. Keys in hand, you fumble to get the door open, cursing yourself for not replacing the battery in your key fob. Such a stupid small thing. But what if this is the split second that keeps you from helping, from saving? What? Your brain screams as you put the key into the ignition. A new rush of dread fills you as you realize you have no idea what to do next. Something horrifying is happening, and it is all your fault, and there isn't a damn thing you can do about it. You start to cry, silent tears running down your face. Deep gut-wrenching moans come up from the depth of your soul, and your mind cracks. You won't be helping anyone, anywhere. Not anymore.
Such a cliffhanger.
I know, right? It just gets you thinking, like, oh man, it kind of makes you paranoid. That's what I got when I read it. I got paranoid. I was like, wait, do I have that feeling now? Yeah. So, is there something wrong somewhere that I'm not aware of? Sorry, I think my little girl here popped her. You okay? Okay, give me her. You good? Yeah, she's getting up. She heard me reading. She just, hey, Happy, are you up? But yes, who likes short stories? Reading or writing? Chiron, hey buddy, what's going on? Yeah, hey, can we give him a roll? What should we? Cyber friends? You can hop in the chat if you want. She's probably listening over on Vim, huh? She's got what? It's not scratches, it's from where she was laying. You know how when you lay down you get those impressions on your face if you lay in the same spot? Remember a couple mornings ago you asked me, what's on your face? And I was like, oh, that's just from my pillow. We were going to school. That's how you know when you slept good, when you get those lines on your face or your arm. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Where is there's Shadow. Hi Artemis. Hi Shadow. Whoa, what the that was scary. My phone all of a sudden. Jingle. Oh, hey, please no wrestling on my bed. Okay, get down if you're gonna do that and go in your own room, or even over here on the floor would be fine. Just not on my bed, because there's a corner over there, that nightstand, you know, and if you hit your head, it would hurt really bad. I was worried about you, Shadow, because you weren't here and you didn't answer my message, and I was like, oh, I hope Shadow's okay. And then there was no Artemis, and yeah, so we were all worried actually because you weren't here, not just me. But I'm glad you're okay. Ah, gotcha. Hi, Sharon. Good to see you, buddy. Crazy Poet, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a coon's age, buddy. How you doing? I know you got your mic off, but just want to say hi. Recognize you, I see you. So what's going on this weekend? Okay, they started the horror here in town. All the spookables are starting to light up.
Spookables.
Yeah, spookables. You know, like the haunted houses, and they got like what the fear maze out. They got one this year. I think I asked my girls. They don't want to do it, but maybe I'll have a friend come through that will want to do it with me. They got this. It's a corn maze. Well, they've got like a haunted house, and they've got like some little eatery type thing with little spookable type eaty stuff, food stuffs, nourishment, whatever you want to call it. But there's one thing where they take people out on ATVs, and you can go zombie hunting. And I was like, oh yeah, that sounds awesome. So they get you paintballs, and then they take you down this trail, and there's like a whole backstory and everything to it. It just sounds awesome. I totally want to do that. So yeah, zombie hunting, right? Prepare now, because it's coming. Figure I better get my aim right. It's a little different with a paintball gun, though. I used to do a lot of that, actually. We had a group of friends around here before. Well, no, I was a young dad at the time, but we'd go up on the mountain over here. A friend of ours had about 150, 200 acres up there. It's nice that you're hugging. That's great. But they had about 200 acres up there. We go up there and we play war for about 12 hours straight. It was pretty fun. I think I've still got a permanent bruise on my ribs from that. I swear it cracked my rib, one of those. I wasn't wearing, like the thick stuff those other people. I couldn't move as fast. I just wore like a thin shirt, mask, boots, and some cargo pants, I guess. Camel cargo pants, it's got like 6 pockets on it. 2 on the thighs and 2 on the calves and in the back pockets. I guess it's 8 then, because there's the front pockets too. I didn't think about that. Yes, so zombie hunting. I'm getting pretty pumped about that. My girls like zombie games, zombie movies, especially Luna. Man, she's gonna be something else. Hey, girls, I done asked you once. If I gotta ask you again, there's gonna be trouble. Okay? Thank you. Remember earlier I was telling you the looks? That was Freya's look of disapproval. She was borderline gonna cry on that one. Her little pouty lips stuck out. Eyes got big. Wait, what? What do you mean I can't play on your bed? I'm gonna cry now. But I'm so glad she's not crying. Oh my gosh. Now they're just giving each other hugs. Green beans. Who likes going haunted houses? Anybody? Is anybody else a fan of Halloween as I am? Woohoo! Alright, Artemis. Now, I read one of our family's daughters is born, Halloween being over, was actually born on Halloween, and so was my daughter. I forget who it was. I read it. It was either last night early, so yeah, I was really tired and don't remember who it was.
I think Halloween is the only time I don't scare people.
you fit right in, huh? You walk down the street like E.T. and nobody knows the difference. That's one of my favorite all-time Halloween movies, by the way, is E.T. If you haven't seen that, you definitely need to watch it. It's older, so the younger generation may not have seen it. He gets scared really. Luna's all about it. Man. I asked her what she wanted for her birthday this year. She wants to go back to the aquarium. I was like, hey, yeah, that'll be fun at Halloween. What do you want in your cake? I want it to be a scary witch. What do you want to be for Halloween? I want to be a scary witch. Like a good witch? No, that's what I asked her. I was like, you want to be she said, I want to be a witch. I said, you want to be a good witch or a bad witch? And she says, well, is there a difference? And I was like, well, you can be like a nice one with a wand and look kind of like a fairy, or we can make you up like a mean old evil green one and dress you all in black and give you a broom. And she's like, yeah, I want to be the evil witch. And I was like, okay. I like her mother-in-law. I like my mother-in-law. Oh my god.
Technicality here, but the green witch is not the evil witch. The evil witch is the black, and the green witch is the jealousy type witch, the witch of envy. Wicked witch. She's the wicked witch.
True. But she did evil things, so that's where the relation came from.
Well, I would have to.
The Wizard of Oz, to be honest with you. And she's watched
I would have to differ with you and argue with you on that, because I watched Once Upon a Time, and she is adamant that wicked is worse than evil.
Right? Yeah, that's where she got it from. Was that show actually? Because I don't think she's ever seen The Wizard of Oz.
That was quite a good series.
I like Rumpelstiltskin. I think he's awesome. Him and Hook, Captain Hook. Those are my two favorites on the show.
Yeah, Rumpel's quite good actually. He's a great character. And I think they got the right guy to play him. I can't remember his name now, the English guy, but I think he's a good guy to play that role as well.
I don't know any of the characters' names who plays them. But Mr. Gold. But yes, haunted houses. I remember last year. I don't even think I dressed up last year. I just went to haunted houses. And there's this one like hayride, and it was really freaky because it went, around farm. There's a lot of farms out here, and probably 3 or 4 of them, the better ones. They all have the spook mazes and the fright nights and all that kind of stuff. And one of them, we were on a hayride, and one of the stops was just like an old abandoned building, and there's like a little strobe light, just barely bright enough to see the shadows in the house, and you could see figures moving, and they played it out like, oh, we're out of gas, we can't go any farther, so once we go through this house, we get out on the other side, and we'll there's another truck over there. We'll meet you over there. And like, oh great, so we go in that house, and it's like all evil clowns and shit. And yeah, it was kind of scared me. I was running about halfway through that thing. But it was fun. That fear is just an amazing adrenaline booster. It's like no other. And then when we got to the maze, that was even worse. Oh my god, I like left my brother and my sister-in-law and all kinds of people behind. I took off booking because like this werewolf come out of the corner out of nowhere with a chainsaw, and I was like, oh my god, and I just took off running. jumped over the river. It was hilarious. My brother's like, where the fuck did my brother go? I could hear him, half a mile away, however far away I was. Yeah. I felt bad ditching him, but man, yeah. Fear. Back to Ben's story. It was a good story, Ben. I wish you were here listening. Maybe you can. Are you recording this, Snook? Maybe she can. Or maybe she's over on
I am
Vim
recording
right
it
now.
now.
Okay, cool.
Upload it right after.
Maybe she heard me read it on Vim, but good one, Ben. There's just something about fear. Do people naturally want to? Well, people like me, do they like getting scared? Do they like that rush? I'm an adrenaline junkie. I'm not gonna lie. I love things that get the heart pumping and stuff. Like when I was a kid, me and my brother used to climb waterfalls and see who could climb the highest in trees and all that kind of stuff. I still do a little bit of hiking, but nowhere near as death-defying as I did when I was younger. Yes. Is fear a different kind of adrenaline than say, like bungee jumping or something like that? Donuts on a pier. No, we used to. They used to have a contest up in Minnesota where I grew up, where they drive just an old junker vehicle out on the ice, and they take bets to see when it would fall through the ice. we used to drive around out there, and speaking of donuts on the pier, we'd me and 3 or 4 of my friends, we get going about as fast as we could on the ice, and we'd pull that emergency brake, whip the wheel, and just spin for who knows how long. But yeah, that was a big rush. I don't know if it was fear so much as it was excitement, but it was pretty heart pumping. Nothing ever heart stopping though. Bungee jump, it's not as bad as you think it would be, as long as you got fairly safe operators. I know there was a lot of deaths when it first come out. We did when we went bungee jumping. I was 17, I think. 16, 17. There's a bunch of bridges and rivers and stuff up in Minnesota, and we go off the bridges, and I wasn't quite heavy enough, so I couldn't touch the water, but a couple of my friends were, and they got to touch the water. I was kind of jealous, but it was fun. Used to do a lot of bridge diving and jumping. Man, I can't believe I'm even still alive. A lot of this shit I've done. I'm not a big fan of flying either, Sarah. I would much rather take a boat, and even then, I think I would rather swim, because at least then I feel like I'm in control of the situation. If it gets out of hand, yeah, give me a submarine, I can drive. Top of the water seems more dangerous than underneath the waves, you know. But then again, I might be wrong on that. We all live in a yellow submarine. No helmets, yeah, we cruise motorbikes, four-wheelers, back when three-wheelers were still around. Well, kayaking's a little different, Artemis. You know, that's not like out in the middle of the ocean where an 80-foot wave can just smash your boat. Are you like certified for class 5? I don't know if it's the same in Canada, but they got like class 4 or 5, 321 whitewater down here. Are you certified for any specific? No, you just like paddling. Just go. What, baby girl? You want to say hi? Say hi. Say hi. She's waving. She can't hear anybody, so she doesn't really know who she's talking to. I got the headphones on. She is certifiable, okay. Lake Erie, yeah, I used to go fishing Lake Superior, and they get some good-sized whitecaps up there. I think the highest I've seen is maybe 6 to 8 feet. Pretty choppy. Not very fun in a little 14-foot lunge, you know. That's when you get off the water real quick, when the storm starts coming in and the water turns gray to black. Oh, perch is good. Now y'all make me want to go. I want to go fishing now. I want to go fish. Oh, you know. I want to go fishing. Who likes fishing? Raise your hand. Not that I can see any of you raising your hand or anything, but claiming to be seen out. Oh, that's a get out of jail card. Probably, Snook. I would not doubt that one bit that the Great Lakes are worse, because, yeah, the undertow. Don't get caught in the undertow. Bet you like Lake Superior in Michigan, they're insanely deep. I don't know much about Lake Erie. I've never been on it or Huron, but I'd love to go check them out one of these days.
My father.
And I will.
It took a boat back from Germany to, when he was in the Army, from Germany to the U.S. and didn't get seasick. But there was a ferry that they used to take across over to Michigan, and that he would get seasick on. And he asked the guy, and that's was his answer that he got, was that because in the ocean there's, well, more room for the waves, so you don't, it's not the waves on the Great Lakes are actually worse, and that's why more people get sick on the Great Lakes than they do in the ocean, seasick.
Well, that makes sense. More contained and confined, slap back against each other.
Right.
It depends on the slopes by the banks.
What, baby girl? Yep, I'm not sure what you're saying. I know you're trying to tell me something, though. You say hi. Hi. She's smiling. Yes, I like being by the water too. It's great. Waterfalls, rivers, streams, creeks, you name it. I'm just not a big fan of rain. I can handle it for a little while, and then it just kind of starts to... Smells good outside, the air is refreshing, which I'm happy about today because it was raining for the last 4 days straight, and now it's nice and sunny outside today. Nice clear blue sky. Birds are all singing. Sun shining down. Warms the skin. Beautiful day outside. Good autumn day. I don't know if it's like that over where you're at, Kitty, and if you've had a lot of rain because you're fairly close to me. But, man, it was... Yeah, what she said. You want to sing? Is that what you said, Katrina? You going to sing us a song? Oh, wait. Freya liked that idea. All right, you want to sing us a song to close out the show, Katrina? Just one.
I'll sing the first part of the song. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what you were saying just reminded me. Nina Simone, hi, Freya. She can't hear, can she?
No, I got the headphones on. Well, take it away, Katrina.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. Ooh, and I'm feeling good. Dun-dum, dun-dum. You really need the music for that one because it just kicks in. And, I love that song.
Thank you, Katrina.
You're welcome. So, funny story. I know it's time to close the show, but when I was doing a whole bunch of yoga teacher trainings, more than a few years ago, I was in this teacher training and I wasn't feeling great that day. So I was sitting on the side and there's like 100+ people in the room and they're all in this forward bend. And my teacher at the time, it's not my teacher anymore, but my teacher at the time was talking about that song. He's like, how does that go again? And he was asking his assistant about the song. And like everybody's in a forward bend, and I just started singing because I know the song, and I only sang that much, just the first little bit. And he's like, yeah, that's great, and everybody starts clapping and they're still in a forward bend, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. You guys don't need to be clapping with your asses in the air.
That would have been quite the sight. Oh, wow.
Might have been one of my largest audiences, though.
Well, thanks for singing for us, Katrina. And that about wraps up Words with Witty for today. If you want to hang out some more this evening, there's plenty of stuff going on. About 2 hours over on Minnow Boot Camp. Team up with Eagle Spirit. We are going to be talking to Isaria today about the new Steam Creative Witness. So tune in for that. That'll be at 4 Central, 8 UTC. I tend to go over to Poets United after that. Snakey also has a show if you want to tune into her at 5. And tonight about 6, 10 UTC is the Playhouse, where me and Coffee tend to frequent and pretend that we're other people and read scripts and laugh and have a good time and just play around and all that good stuff. Or whatever you said. But yes, so jam-packed evening. Hope to see y'all either at all of those or some of those or, whatever's clever. Thank you, Vim, for being awesome and streaming for us. Thank you to Snook for, being you. Kitty Girl helping out. Shadow for allowing us to be on the Ramble, and it is Friday, so be careful out there, people. We want to see you again next week. Ta-ta!